Let's go back to our story on Russia's involvement in Syria. I'm joined now by Walid Phares. He's the president of the Global Policy Institute, and he joins me now live from Copenhagen. Thank you very much for joining us. Now, so we just heard from President Obama in the last hour. He's voiced his concern over Russia's campaign. Let's draw a line. What do the U.S. and Russia agree on, and what do they disagree on?
Well, that's a good question. The Obama administration and President Putin agrees on one thing under the Security Council of the United Nations. That is, ISIS has to be removed, has to be defeated. That is one consensus. The second consensus is that in the future of Syrian politics, the current government should not be the one to rule all of Syria. There is a difference here. President Obama says that President Assad may still play a role at this point in time, but after future elections, he should not. While President Putin is saying that President Assad is the key for any solution inside Syria and that he is backing the armed forces of the Assad regime. This is a very big difference.
Okay. Now, there's been a lot of talk about Russia's military presence in Syria. Troops, artillery, drones, fighter jets. What impact can they really have?
That's an excellent question, because what we see in the debate, in the media debate, is that the Russian military build-up is presented as a major game changer. It is an important element, but look at the ground. I mean, most of these raids are done along the zone between Hatay district in Turkey and northern Lebanon, trying to push some of the armed elements of the opposition towards the east. Second, the challenge of the Russian forces is going to be, will they be able to assist President Assad in Damascus? Now, if you look at the count, you are talking about 39 to 40 jets total. And you are talking about few units to protect the bases of where the Russians are in Latakia and elsewhere. If you are talking about a major push, at least 10 divisions will be needed. And we're talking about 50,000. Is that something that the president of Russia is committed to? We don't know. It's too early to know.
Okay. I also want to touch upon Barack Obama's comment in the last hour. He said that the U.S. wanted him to transition out, but now you have the Russian involvement. How is this going to affect the political future of the country?
Well, first of all, it's going to create a problem at the level of the Security Council of the United Nations. In the past, when the United States and its allies and France wanted to obtain a United Nations resolution under Chapter 7 to act in Syria and in Iraq, it was Russia that vetoed. Now, Russia, in order to create a similar initiative at the Security Council, this will be vetoed by Washington, by the Obama administration, and by France. So at the international level, we're heading towards a complication. But the most important one is this. If Russian forces limit themselves to striking at ISIS as any other member of the international community, that may be some consensus. But if those strikes are going to hit, and they are, and they had, members of the opposition that were backed by the international community, by the United States, by Turkey, and even by Arab moderates, we're going to have a problem here.
Problem for sure. Who's threatened most by Russia's campaign? Is it ISIS? Is it FSA, YPG, Turkey?
Well, at this point in time, the long goal of the stated Russian position is that they are there in Syria to defeat ISIS. But look at ISIS's position. They're all in the east. They stretch from Raqqa down to Palmyra or Tadmor and all the way into hinterland into Iraq. Before even getting there, the Russian forces and combined with forces of the regime will have to defeat many other militias on the ground, including al-Nusra. But that's not just al-Nusra. The other militias, all forces, rebels in the north, backed by Turkey, and in the south, backed by Jordan. All of this is a thick wall. Will really Russia engage against all these forces to get to ISIS? It's to be seen.